we are here to celebrate someone that we love, Carolyn Lemley, and I'm really glad that everybody could be here today because I know it's a little bit of a hike, but look at this beautiful place we are in today. So I'm Lydia. I am Linda's youngest sister, and Gerald, husband, Jennifer, sister from another mother over there, and I really worked really hard to create this day. Unfortunately, Carolyn's remains are in Missouri, and it's going to be a while before her remains get here, but we didn't have to wait to celebrate her life, and that's why we're here today.
Okay, wait a minute. Kids, Carolyn used to live with your tia Linda in Fort Worth, and she said they used to have a swimming pool where your parents used to go and have fun. Okay, so we're honoring her. That's.
Yes.
I just want to let you know. Okay.
Yes. Linda and Carolyn met in 1982. Is that correct? They met in 1982. Many of you were not born then, so it's a long time ago. They met at a roller rink and fell in love quickly after, moved in together, and have been together ever since. They so what is that? 39 years that they were together. It's a long time, more than some of you in this room. Carolyn had 3 children from a previous marriage. She had 2 daughters, CJ and Cheryl Ann, and a son, Willie. And her son is passed on, but her 2 daughters are still alive. So for those of you who are a little older, you remember this legendary house at Dell. What was it? 2809. Yeah. 2809 Dell Street. It was a legendary house when she bought it. Do you remember what year you bought it?
1975.
1975.
The day before Christmas.
Oh, okay. What a great Christmas gift. When Carolyn moved in, they really undertook the project of redoing the house. And they worked on it and worked on it and worked on it until it was beautiful. They always made sure that when they were inviting people over, that it was beautiful, it was a loving space for everybody, and it was always a lot of fun. And some of the work they did, like Rosanna just mentioned, is they built a deck and they installed a pool.
The pool was installed in 1984.
84. So there was a little gap there, but there was constant work on that home. And it was a lot of fun. Honestly, a lot of my best times were sitting poolside with Linda and Carolyn. We're just, sitting, having a good time, laughing, drinking margaritas or pina coladas. Having a great time. But one thing that was always constant is that their home was always open. If you needed anything, you'd call, and they always were welcoming. You could spend the night if you wanted, if you were there too late, but they were always willing and open to have you there. Carolyn was a really wild and outrageous woman. She really was. She had a fiery personality. She was a lot of fun. She was really quick on her feet, and for those of you that didn't get to know her very well, you really missed out on something because she was a pistol. She really was a pistol. She was really great, and hearing the baby cry, it just reminds me when we would go to their house, we would celebrate babies being born, we would celebrate holidays, we would celebrate graduations, any major milestones, we would go to their house and celebrate. So we're really happy that we can celebrate her as well today. I want to mention about Carolyn and her personality is I do remember her saying, for those of you that didn't really get to know her very well, she would always say, live life fully, live life with no regrets. Try everything at least once with no regrets. Just try it. She was wild. She wasn't one for being super cautious. She was just like, throw it out there, give it a try, see what happens. That's the way she was. And so I feel like we all would do better in our lives if we weren't so scared to take so many risks, because life's a lot more fun when you're not as fearful. I think for many of us, we saw Linda and Carolyn as an example of a loving couple who understood how to welcome us in. We always felt safe. We always felt warm when we were with them. And it was always beautiful. It was always beautiful. I don't know how you guys never got tired of us, because we were with you guys constantly, and I'd always call, "You sure it's okay if we come over?" And
Always look forward.
yeah, and she'd always, "Come on over, baby, come on over." So it was always nice to know that you never wore out your welcome. You were just always accepted and loved there. And for many of us, we hadn't seen, or that we knew of, we hadn't seen a couple like Linda and Carolyn. And then we saw what a great example they were of what true love is. And it's very touching to see, the legacy of so many lessons that were learned sitting poolside at your home. As you can see, we have several rainbows here, and rainbow, of course, is the symbol of pride, but it's also the symbol of God's love for us. From the Bible, it is the symbol of God's promise to us after the flood, of God's promise that we are his children and he will take care of us. And so I think with that in mind, and we're looking at a cloudy day, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a rainbow in the sky today, because I really feel at this point we're celebrating Carolyn, we're celebrating love, we're celebrating their union, and we're celebrating that love is love, and we are love. We love you guys, and God's love is in all of us today. So I had to write my thoughts. We want to thank you for sharing her with us. And I'd like to thank Carolyn, who I know is here in spirit, for this isn't super emotional at all. For making, honestly, the best carrot cake I've ever had in my life. It was so amazing. Those of you in the back missed out. It was so good that and it was so dense that she would have to hold it up with toothpicks. It was so heavy, and it was so amazing. Best carrot cake I've ever had in my life. And she also taught me to appreciate pina coladas poolside. So thank you guys for letting me speak. Thank you guys for being here. And now I want to introduce Linda Carolyn's godson, David. Where are you? Oh, here you are.
Hello. I'm not a good speaker, but I definitely love Tia Carolyn and Tia Linda. They used to watch me when I was a kid. And I remember great times, birthdays galore over there, and them taking me to Burger King. The little kids club thing. They did wonderful things for not just me, for all of us. They were always there for us. Somehow would get my mom to drink. Watch movies. I remember they used to have thousands of movies. As a kid, wow, they got so many. But they were always there. Carolyn was always honest. I remember pouring cereal, and I used to basically, I used to do it backwards, where you don't pour the milk on the cereal. I would
Pour milk first.
yes, pour milk first, and she'd be like, "Wow, that's weird." But I loved her honesty, and whatever she needed to tell us, she would say it. I loved her, and y'all were my family, and yeah, I even remember a time y'all talking about adopting me.
I just couldn't convince your mother to let me have you.
But Tia Carolyn did to help me, part of helping me be the man I am today. So thank you.
Okay, anyone else that would like to share anything? There are lots of us that have really great memories. Please share with the rest of the family any special memories you've had.
I'll just say this real quick. Tia Carolyn, she was just kind of country Tia to us, But like David said, what I always remember is she was as honest as the day was long. She told you how she saw it. I don't think she meant any harm by it, but look, this is what she sees, and she's gonna tell you how she felt, and that's one thing you could always appreciate with her. I also want to say I think she was pretty heroic. I know, I think talking to her before, she had an abusive relationship before, and she had some rough times, but that never stopped her from being the amazing person she was. It seemed like there was nothing she couldn't do. That house that they had on Dell was beautiful, and a lot of it was because she was so handy, and she had no problem taking on handiwork jobs and
Picking up a hammer.
yeah, she was like, I remember she called us over and she's like, I just need you to hold the sink. And obviously we hadn't got to see her in a while, but I think she left a lasting impression on all of us. Sweet person, very loving, gave great hugs, and yeah, she's gonna be missed. So, but definitely, like David said, we're a better family for having her with us.
I guess I'll go next. Linda and Tia Carolyn, I think Tia Carolyn was the catalyst of that extended family. She was the one that started that, of best friends being part of the family. And that's exactly what I remember, is just going at Tia Linda's and Tia Carolyn's always. I think the only time I really saw her freak out was the time we got there and she thought Bo, your old dog Bo, was in the pool and ended up being a paper bag. And freaking out and going, no, Bo! I don't think she saw, but she was skimming out, the dog like ran next to her. It was hilarious, but you and Carolyn, you're the ones that inspired me to have the pool, because I just remember having so many good memories over there. That's what we would always look forward to, was driving over there so we can go over there and just hang out and have fun, and those were the best days, the best summers of my life. So I just wanted to thank you all both for that, and love her very much.
Thank you.
Well, I'll say something. After I had Asia, I know, like, I put on a lot of weight and stuff, and she pretty much pulled me aside and just said, like, I always thought you were beautiful and stuff. She's like, you need to take care of yourself. You're way too, like, just letting me know. I think she already knew the person I was with wasn't a great person, and just like, you need to take care of yourself, and it was one of those things where I'm like, I appreciate your honesty, and just lost my way and started taking care of myself, because she was straight up, not trying to be mean, but just being honest, and but I also remember me and Catherine sleeping over at their house when I don't know, I think I was like 8 years old, and she just let us have a run of the house. Like, she let us get into like her makeup, some clothes. We got to wear high heels, and just like, and she was like, no, just go ahead, and we're like, we don't have to clean up, we don't have to. She just said, just anything we wanted. Y'all want? I think she said something. Y'all want some pizza or something? We're like, yes. Because she's had kids, and it was just really, that's something that stuck out to me, is just being able, I remember I think it was 2 nights, and it was just amazing, because Thea went to work, and she was the one watching us, and she really just let us do whatever, and then also going over there, it was always so nice sleeping in their beds, because they always had the AC. And then you're like, oh, I get to take a nap, and you go back.
crying the whole time, so I hold it together, but I just want to say, like, I got to know a lot of people in here. Sorry, the older I get, I just get old age ain't for the weak, I'm telling you. Okay, so I got to know a lot of you, which so many of you are adults and you have kids and your kids had kids, as we see here. And I got to know everybody. Like my memory is Linda and Carolyn's house. Oh. I mean, now it's your mom's and sometimes it's Selena's, but growing up it was Linda and Carolyn's, and they opened their house like it was open all the time for everybody, including friends, which was me. Linda told me, like, anytime you want to come swim, come over. I house sitted for them, so I got to know about that air-conditioned room. And I've always loved movies, and she had all those movies and that awesome, comfortable living room. I remember all that, and my memories are tied into, like, knowing, I knew Jim before Angelica was in the picture, you know, like it was like kids, you know, it goes that far back. And I know today we're like celebrating their love, but I also want to say thank you for loving everybody so much and being open. Carolyn was an extension of you and your guys' relationship, and y'all were, I mean, it was so awesome. You were always open. Your home was open. You guys were open to everybody. So not only were you guys in love, but you shared your love with everybody. And I really appreciate that because you made me feel like family. And now I'm getting to know, like, the kids, the younger generations. And look at it, it's transferred to Clarissa and Mike. They opened their house up, which is so kind, and we really appreciate that to everybody. All that just spreads throughout the family, and my memories are all about the community. I mean, it's tied into that house and the pool and we had so much fun, and Carolyn made all those cakes. We had constant dessert, and she was always cutting watermelon, and she fit like a glove into your family, and it was just always such an open atmosphere, and everyone was accepted, everyone was loved, everyone was welcome, and that's my memory of Carolyn. She was always so kind. She was, the both of you guys y'all were loving, y'all enjoyed laughing, you enjoyed everyone's company. I mean, I don't even remember y'all coming out to swim with us, but y'all were always like, yeah, go out there, blah, blah. You had towels, you had sunscreen, you were just so giving and open, and that's my memory of the community and your curios with all the little things in there, like the collectibles. This family, that's big in this family. The collectibles. I remember that. I remember the little dogs, and you even asked me to house it, and I had my sister over there one time, and it's just such a loving memory, and I'm so glad that you met Carolyn, and I'm so glad that you guys were it for one another, because you all influenced us a great deal, and all with just like love and positivity. And I think you guys helped with other people in this family that came out. Like, you were an example, so they felt okay to come out, because everybody's got gay people in their family. Some you might not know about them, but they're there. Trust me, they're there. Some you know, some you might not, but everybody's got gay people in their family. And I'm glad that you guys were there. You were really the center of that family. It was always at your house, always on Dell Street. I didn't even know the address, but I knew the house and knew how to get there. So I just want to say thanks for that, providing that for everybody, because we're all tied into those memories, all of them. When we think of you guys, we think of Dell Street. When we think of Carolyn, whenever I think of Carolyn, I think of Dell Street.
Yeah.
I think the home, the fireplace, the whole thing.
Yeah, she loved you so much too.
Yeah, I loved her as well. She was such a little firecracker. She's quite sarcastic. Yeah, she was awesome, but that's why we got along. So,
hopefully she won't scream while I'm trying to say something. I know some of y'all, the younger generation, y'all call me like the baby whisperer. But I learned a lot of what I learned from Carolyn. Like, she was the master at swaddling a baby. If baby was colic, not a problem for her. She could get that baby to stop crying. One of my best memories of Carolyn was the Christmas that my mom was pregnant with the twins. That was a Christmas my mom felt undeserving. She locked herself in the bathroom. My mom did. Yeah, Linda went to deal with my mom, but it was Carolyn who was comforting me. Yeah, Linda got my mom to come out, open her presents, and my mom opens my present, and Carolyn goes, she whispers it to me, she goes, "Where did you get that?" And I said, JCPenney's. It was a very pretty royal purple shirt. That's how I remember it. And she goes, "Okay, you're going to see in just a second why I asked you that." Then it was Sierra Sana's turn to open her presents. She had the exact same shirt. But you know, that was her. That was her. She knew. You know, if you were hurting, she would be there. She would really try and make you feel better. And that meant a lot to me, especially in that moment. And I remember when I brought Andrew to meet everybody, right? He thought it was so cool that I introduced Carolyn as Thea Carolyn.
Yeah.
He was like, "Man, the fact that your family is just so open like that, that is awesome. That is awesome." And yeah, so that's all I have to say.
Well, I appreciate everything that Linda and Carolyn did for my kids. And I know my kids would not have had a childhood without them. And I do appreciate that. And also, she always got everybody's birthday cake before anybody could sing happy birthday. She had to cut the cake.
She'd go in the kitchen, she'd see a cake, and she's, "Oh." And everybody was coming for a birthday, and that was the birthday cake. She'd do that. How many times did she do that?
Oh,
God.
man. Almost every birthday.
I
Like everybody's birthday, she did that.
she loved her cake.
Yeah, she loved cake. Oh my God, yeah. There's one thing I wanted to share, and that is my mother got to love Carolyn a lot, and they became good friends. And there was one time, Mother came out sporting her bathing suit. She was walking around the pool. We took pictures of her. She was such a model. She looked so good. And then Carolyn kind of walks behind Mom and grabs her and jumps in the deep end of the pool. And at the same time that they were going down, we all screamed, "She can't swim!" Carolyn heard that. Her eyes got as big as saucers as she's going down with Mom. So when she hit bottom, she propelled Mother up so fast. Mother came up, fell down to the side, and her hair was dry.
It was. I couldn't believe it.
It was. We all go, "Mom," and she just smiling. Your hair didn't get wet. I know. close after that, real close. All right.
Here, here it is. All right, I just wanted to share, Carolyn and Linda, when I first became involved with the family, you know, some of my memories are connected to the house on Dell, but I remember how Lydia and I, sometimes we just go over and hang out. We probably wouldn't even get in the pool. We just go over there, we play games, it'd be jigsaw puzzles, dominoes. We'd just go over there and have a movie night and just kind of hang out. And I think there was even a time where we didn't have pets that we'd just stay all night and then and just stay over there for a couple of days. Because I mean, you know, where else were you gonna go? I mean, we had everything we needed there. I mean, it was like being at home and yeah, spending the night in that one room with the air conditioner was real nice and cold. It just got real comfortable. So you know, just being able to just kind of go over there and hang out and just, you know, feel welcome all the time, and it was never an inconvenience whenever you came over. I think sometimes I'd end up over at Linda and Carolyn's house after refereeing a game or playing baseball or whatever, and I'd just go over there and hang out, and it was just the three of us just kind of
He'd come
hanging
and
out.
take a shower, and
Yeah, and do whatever. So, I mean, that's really unique because not all families have that kind of connection, and I'm glad to be a part of another family that has that connection where you can do that and feel free to do that and just kind of hang out with your family and just enjoy it. So,
thank you.
I just want to say one thing. This is something I remember too. There was never a time that they were like, we don't feel like having people today, or there's never, I don't remember any, now I might not have known, but they were always open. Y'all always loved having people over, and that's a lot. There's not a lot of people like that. And because this is a big family and it's only getting bigger. It was big then. It's big now, bigger now. So we just love that you guys were so open. Y'all were so happy to have people, and it was like, it made us happy to be there.
Carolyn always loved everybody to come over. It'd make her day. She was so happy when she was around everybody.
Yeah, it was so nice. And y'all had a good time. Whether or not you got in the pool, y'all were just like loving it.
And later in the years, mother would come over a lot too now. And she loved to play volleyball. So we had a volleyball net, and oh my God, we couldn't get mother out of the pool. She wanted to play
Yes, I
all
remember playing
day
volleyball all
long.
the time.
I had to put a floodlight in the back so we could play after dark.
Yes. Oh my God.
You know,
Yes.
I'm surprised the police never showed up because
They're late. Now
we
I
would
remember.
be late playing volleyball.
You remember that, Jim? We used to
Yeah.
play with Selena. We'd be there late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing volleyball.
Vincent, David, everybody.
all right.
The twins were small.
Well, we have a slideshow we'd like to share with everyone.